Afrique, et malheureusement Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée, naso idée, yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Now You Know podcast, and it is brought to you once again by our friends at Stuck in the Middle. Today we have Belner, Aristide, Blesso, Adele, and yours truly, myself as your host. Now, before we get started, just want to make sure you guys know where to find us. You can follow us at Now You Know One on Twitter and also at NYK Podcast on Instagram. That is Now You Know One for Twitter and NYK Podcast for Instagram. All right, guys. So how you guys doing today? What's going on?
We good.
Doing great, man.
And the head of
Doing
state.
great. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that is true. We have a new president. Shout out to Biden representing Delaware. Let's go.
Video 2.
It's a new day in
Mhm.
America.
I know, right?
Is
You
it
know what's
really?
crazy? It's like it brought. I mean, don't you think it is though?
That's what they say.
My only question is, when is Cameroon going to follow suit?
Yo,
Yo,
damn.
bro, that's one thing.
Not anytime soon.
It is
All
what
right,
it
so
is.
let's get right into our topic here today. We're going to be talking about, something of more in lighter spirit. So let's talk about, inspirations and heroes and movies, some things like that. So, who inspires you guys? Is it a family member, a celebrity? Because I know a lot of people in this community here, they tend to follow a lot of celebrities as their heroes. Let's find out about you guys. What do you guys think?
Interesting. Who do I look up to? You guys know who Matthew McConaughey is, right?
Yeah.
You remember that speech he gave about his hero? The guy said, "My hero is me in 10 years."
Mm.
So I aspire to be that me in 10 years, and then when I get there, my hero is now me in another 10 years. So he's always looking to improve himself every year. So when I heard that speech, I was like, all right, I guess the person I look up to is Belna in 10 years.
How can you look up to him when
Amazing.
you know him?
That's what I was about to say. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Nah, because it's like you have that image of where you want to be in 10 years. So you're working towards that.
Yeah.
Sense go
Okay. What about you, Adele? Do you look up to someone specific in your family, or is it a celebrity, and why?
Well, my heroes are my parents for so many reasons, But I just want to be better than them. So at the end of the day, they are my heroes, but I am my own inspiration, as Belna said. So, yeah.
All right, Bless. So I know you have some kind of celebrity that you look up to now. Can you tell us who it is and why?
Do you know who Nkem Owa is?
Of course not. Ukwa. Who doesn't?
On a more serious note, right? I don't know if I have like a hero, like a celebrity hero or something, but I look up to my brother. My brother, I'm so grateful I have my brother. He has always, led the way, and I've learned from his mistakes not to repeat the same mistakes. So that's my number one hero.
Turn the camera. Let's see the
Okay.
cigar pointed to you right now.
I know, right?
Like, if you don't say that.
That was part of the deal, not to expose him if he's here or not.
Shout out.
Oh man. I mean, so it looks like for most of us, right? It's mostly family members and things and people close to us that inspire us.
So
Like
you're
I
just
said
gonna skip
earlier-
me, bro.
No worry, don't worry. We're getting to you. This one is dedicated right to you.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no
bro.
worries. I got you.
Go ahead.
All right, but as most Americans, such as our feed, they tend to look up to other people, that they don't really have full access to. For myself, it was Kobe. He passed, RIP, big inspiration, probably the only one I ever had, aside from family members. But it kind of brings up to like a lack of representation as Black people, as Africans, that we can look up to, right? So, in your opinion, Aristide, who do you think is one of the unsung heroes, that may or may not be in the public eye that you would look up to, and why?
Well, I think, well, personally, for me, personally, my my first role models for me have always been my aunts or my mom. But as far as like somebody in the public eye that I think that is someone that I look up to, or that when I look to them, they sort of like inspire me to be a better person or a better, athlete. If I was an athlete, or most times usually an athlete, or like a. That's why you laughing now. And for me, it would be LeBron James, surely. I think LeBron, he's obviously one of the great athletes of our time, and he's like 38 right now, and he's still going strong. It just shows you how resilient he is. It's a testament to putting in the work that you need to put in every day to be able to be the greatest in everything that you do. And he's somebody who is outspoken about the issues that are really matter for us, especially for minorities and black people in America. So I really admire that about LeBron James.
Okay.
LeBron
I was
James.
expecting
Dang.
I was expecting Alium Boka or Samuel Eto'o, someone like that. Gonna say LeBron James. Hey,
Wowza.
Very disappointed.
Andas. I know, right?
Yeah.
Avatar eyes. Oh man. All right. So we all have our different heroes, right? So how often is it that we sit there and we watch movies, right, and we don't see us represented in these movies, whether it be Black Panther, typical example actually. How many Africans can you guys recall that were in that movie?
Do you mean Black Americans or Africans? Africans. What do you mean? Like Africans?
Africans.
Okay.
Yes.
There were not that many, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
There were a lot to me.
Africans or black.
Oh, you mean
Africans?
Africans? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I guess
There were not that many Africans. Maybe the extras, but as far as the people that were actually, on camera most of the time talking, there were not many Africans.
Yeah, they were African Americans, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The only one I
Probably
know
just
is
one,
probably Nyangono. Lupita Nyong'o.
Ah, she's Mexican.
Peter Nyang'ono.
No, she's Kenyan, right?
She was born in Mexico though, but
She
yeah,
was born in
Yeah,
Mexico.
she's Kenyan. So
Peter was
think
born
I
in Mexico. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
born in
I didn't
Mexico?
know that.
yeah, she was born
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
Can a dictionarytarian fact check this thing and let us know?
People don't believe me. I'm telling you,
Uh,
come to you by
nah.
She
then.
was
That's
born in
true.
Mexico.
She
Born in
was.
Mexico, bro.
Wow. Oh, okay. I guess. Viva la Mexico.
And I know that
Yeah.
other guy was on there. Even though I think he's British, but Daniel Kaluuya, that guy.
Daniel-
If that's his
Who's
name.
on?
The guy who
Yeah.
acted
Is that
in,
Mbaku?
No,
No, it's not Mbaku.
I want like that, man.
Oh, it was the.
It's
that
the
one.
guy that
the guy
always
from Get
looks
Out.
like he always looks like he's seen something
Ah.
that's none of his business.
Hey, he's minding his business, man.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Yo, Bless will make that face again. Oh man. All right. See, so the reason why I asked that, right? Because a lot of the times, like, we have the African Americans here that feel like they're not represented in pop culture enough, right? So they've been having a lot more moments, from the Black Panthers to the Bad Boys that just recently came out. I think there was another Disney movie that just came out with a predominantly Black cast. So how did you think, that impacted them, or how that impacts them, seeing more of themselves in the limelight, and how do you think it makes the younger generation feel?
So I'm not a big fan of. Not that I'm not a big fan, but I'm not big into movies. But that doesn't mean I can answer the question, right? So with seeing like Black or African actors in movies gives, I believe it gives hope to the younger generation, where sometimes maybe people in our generation were growing up, but they felt like they couldn't do a certain thing because they were either Black or African, or they were not getting enough opportunities. But now that they're finally able to see people in some of these movies, like Black Panther, it's giving them that hope, that it's starting to not be because you're black or you're African, but it's about the talent, how talented you are.
Nice. What about you, Adele? What do you think?
Well, I think, with time they've learned to accept that we're all human beings, and I feel like that's a great thing because it gives, like Blessing said, it gives a lot of hope to the younger generation. Whatever their great grandparents experience is getting washed away, and they're giving more light to the black people to be movies, and I feel that is because we're also talented. Like you see, most of the singers, musicians, players, most of them are black. So we really have the talent, though. It's not just because they're trying to change things. We're actually talented. So that's what I think.
Gotcha. All right, Belle, this is for you. What do you think, us as Cameroonians, as Africans can do to, get on the same platform, with our content, or maybe even just get on the Hollywood radar to where we have more African actors, feature in these movies here?
I think we need to start at home with that, because we cannot just say we're going to go to Hollywood tomorrow. We have to start with our own production in Cameroon. For example, if you look at the movie that came out, The Fisherman's Diary. The Fisherman's Diary just got a nomination for I don't remember what's the movie awards that's popular. It's not Grammys, it's something else, right?
Amy's.
I don't know what.
Emmys or
Academy Awards, that
sorry.
one, yeah, Academy Awards. So that movie was picked for Academy Awards. So that is where we need to start. We need to start making movies in Cameroon because trust me, right? If you go on Netflix, you see a ton of African movies that are based in Africa, and they're very, very good. They're very, very good. And Netflix is doing a very good job. Right now you have Netflix Nigeria,
Mhm.
right? That is it's the
Really?
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, there's Netflix
Oh,
Nigeria. That's the thing. So we need to start at home. We need to start making movies. I know this guy. He makes good movies, and with time, I feel like not just Cameroon but Africa as a whole is gonna take over with content creation because trust me, we have a lot of talent in Africa. There's a lot of talent, so we need to start there before we start thinking of going to Hollywood.
Yeah. Belle, I'm actually glad
okay.
you brought up that movie because, something that disappoints me about that particular movie is that we've heard that that movie has been winning awards. We've heard it's been nominated for so many awards, but where can we watch this movie? You know, I've looked all over the place. I can't find this movie. When it came out, when the trailer came out, or trailer, sorry, when the trailer came out, everybody was excited. I was looking forward to it, but it didn't even tell us when it was going to come out. And even now that's out, I can't find it to watch it. So, it's not just about shooting the content or creating the content. It's about making it available for us to promote and making it affordable as well.
Right. But so I'm glad you spoke on that because that brings in another point of topic. Is like if the people that you make the movie from can't even watch it, it's like you're sort of making this movie or you making this art for the validation of other people first.
Right.
Then it beats Belna's point of we need to start from home because if a movie has been out for a year or more than a year and we've seen the posters and we've seen the awards or all these things that the movie has supposedly won, but we the people that the movie is based on, we've never even watched it, but we hear that in China, in Europe, in America, this movie has so and so awards. Then it's like, okay, what's going on? It's like, are we making this movie just so we can show it to the world and then so they can validate us and say, okay, Cameroon how to make movies, or are we making this movie for people to see and to enjoy it? So it's like, what is like the purpose of making these movies? And I think sometimes that gets into the art form of it. I'm not an artist or anything, but it's like if you're an artist or you're a football player or you're an athlete or whatever, when you start doing your job for the wrong reasons, you sort of lose it. So if the passion is not there, if you're just looking just for the validation from other countries or from all this Europe, then for me it's kind of beats like what Bell was saying, like start from home, because how are you going to start from home if we don't even have access to it from home?
Right.
It's really it's something that we as Cameroonians in specifically need to address really, because like Bell was saying, now in Africa they have Netflix Nigeria. If you go on there, you see a lot of Nigerian movies on Netflix, and these are movies that are not just only accessible to people who own Netflix or who have Netflix accounts. It's some movies that have been out already before, and people know about them, but now it's like they want to share it with the world. So
Right.
when are you going to share it with us so we can share it with the world? Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. Very well said, Aristide. I couldn't agree with you more. So this actually brings us to our popular segment. It is time for our proverb, African quotes, whatever you want to call it. So this one actually comes straight from the motherland, from my motherland, Cameroon country. Let's go, all of us actually. So it goes as follows: It is the pot that it is the pot that boils, but the dish that gets the credit. Let me say it again one more time. It is the pot that boils, but the dish that gets the credit. Now, Adele, you're the smartest one in the room, so I have to ask you, what does that mean to you?
I'm still thinking. Let's pass it to Blezo.
Let me help her out.
Mm.
Africa the walk, Europa the chop.
Longue, longue à tout chanter.
Sense one key me.
Mhm.
That's why I kill you, my brother.
Mhm.
Don't leave me.
Can
Don't
you
leave
explain
me.
that?
So basically, right?
Can you
the people-
explain that a bit more for those who need to know?
Right. So basically, the people in the background, basically like when you go to a restaurant, you order food, right? And I'm going to use because you said dish and pot. You order food, and when you order, like the people in the
Ada.
back who are right, the adas in the back who leave the kitchen to go and catch the chicken in the back and come and slaughter and come and cook for you. You don't see all that work they do. All you see is the final output. So the people in the back, they rarely get credit for all the work they do, because the server just brings it to you and you're looking at the server like, oh my God. And then they come ask you, does this taste so good? Does this taste good? They're like, yes, it does. It tastes so good. It just ends there. But the person who was sweating back in the kitchen cooking it doesn't even know if you like your food or not.
I'm gonna relate
That's a
it
good
back
point of view there.
Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna relate it to like the movie thing that we're talking about. Like you all said, we acted a movie and other people are getting credit for it. Like we haven't even watched it, but we're getting all these awards for a movie that we haven't even watched. And you see, like Aristide said, we see it in the back. They use us to create a movie, and we don't even know about it. So, and other people are getting credit for it. So I'm just gonna relate that to that proverb.
I love that. I
Mm.
love that. Another way that I
That's what's
sort of
up.
interpreted it is like when all the work that you put in, nobody sees it except you. People only see the results. People don't know the stress and the journeys that you went through to get to this level. They just see you having success. They don't know that, behind the scenes there's so much going on. So that's a little bit how I interpreted it as well.
Very, very well said. So, all right. So this kind of leads us in a little bit, into the next part here, where we're talking about, seeing people that look like us where we're from in the limelight, right? So how do you guys feel about how like African music is portrayed nowadays? Like how mainstream it's become, how more receptive it is, when it wasn't too long ago we were getting made fun of for listening to the same thing. Bell, you can go ahead.
Um,
Music.
I mean, let me start by giving a shout out to Burna Boy. His song "Destiny" featured in today's inauguration with Joe Biden.
Hey,
Shout out to Burna Boy for that. But like you said, it wasn't too long ago where it was, go back to your country, go back to your huts, go back to where you came from. How did you get here? Did you walk here? Did you all those questions that we had to go through? If you guys remember from season one, we talked about this, coming to America and all the different kind of questions that we faced. But I think a lot of it was just lack of knowledge. I mean, I won't really say ignorance, but it was just lack of knowledge for people. Now we have social media where whenever an artist drops new music, it's already it spreads very quickly, and everybody has access to it. Whenever a new music video drops, boom, everybody has access to it, and then now you have different musicians coming up with challenges, like for the dances. So it's like, now everybody's getting involved. You have dancers in Canada who are dancing to music from Africa because of these different challenges. And so just that the fact that we have social media today has, kind of opened the doors for a lot of people to know that Africa is not just a shithole place as some people would call it. If you guys know those Ikorodu boys, you guys know them, right? Those boys who remake movies and music video scenes. I think with Netflix that like send them a lot of computers and equipment, so they can actually make better content. So thanks to social media, thanks to Twitter, because when they post the stuff on Twitter, everybody retweets it, and that's how it gets out there. So shout out to social media for opening up the world to see that Africa is actually the last great frontier.
Okay. So, do you guys feel any like slight resentment that has become so mainstream and popular when, for the longest time, like we had to kind of listen to this stuff in hiding? I mean, maybe not in hiding, but like had to be low key with it. Do you feel some type of way now that it's like, oh, it's the thing now, it's the cool thing now to listen to?
Not really. I mean, it's life is like a circle. Someday this thing is cool, next day it's not. Someday, everything has its time. Um, we can look at it in sports. This team could dominate for 10 years, and then they get into a rebuilding stage, and then they're just trash, and then another team is doing good. So it's not. I wouldn't say resentment, but also is on the individual. If you like what you listen to, right, you won't say, "I'm gonna hide and play my music." You play it. If the person that you're playing it next to you likes it or not, then let them know.
Ah, wow, wow.
Bro,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, man. I used to. I'm not gonna lie. I used to turn my volume down when I'm going to the basketball court.
You be like a
That
man.
park, I'm turning that
Damn.
volume
For
down
real?
because no, no, that's the thing though. The thing is like when you're about to go to the court, listening to this stuff, like you come in, they already look at you a certain way, and then it's like, oh, they're not gonna pass me the ball. Oh, they think I'm just an easy layup or whatever. Like it's just they underestimate you because of things like that. Now it's different. So I'm not saying like you're not gonna be yourself everywhere. Obviously, you listen to what you have to listen to, but I'm not as expressive with it. That's what I'm saying.
Even
Yeah.
So I
today,
feel some type of way towards those people because I'm like, why are you listening to this? You thought I was corny before for listening to this. Now it's all that. Like, there's a bitter taste left in for me. I don't know why.
Also, Adele, did you want to say something?
no,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I never ever felt some kind of way. Like I would listen to my music no matter where I am. It doesn't even hey.
Longer, longer.
Yeah.
Fish.
I don't
Yeah.
even play.
That's the spirit, though. That's the spirit. But
Mhm.
cousin, it's like also you have. I think the way I think about it also is because as you grew, obviously you're older now than when you were playing basketball in high school, and growing up, especially as an immigrant or especially from Africa coming to America, kids made fun of you. Kids make fun of like anybody that is different, really. So in a sense, you'd be like, oh, we were just growing up. We learn new things. Like for example, I have friends who were they didn't really claim that they were Africans when they were in high school, but now it's like, whew, I come off with you play, I come off with you play, my homie come with it's, everybody's like, embracing the culture now. And, I can understand how you feel. I can understand that feeling. It's like, bro, man, couple years ago, this is not, it wasn't the same energy you guys know. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, everybody just grows and then they grow and then find their way back into like who they're supposed to be or who they are. So I enjoy that, like the world is exposed to Afro beats or Afro culture, all that type of stuff, especially the music. It's a good thing, and maybe like bless uh Bell said, maybe just for now, maybe in 5 years the hype gonna be down. Nobody gonna be listening to African music anymore. Just like the way the standard of beauty changes every couple of years. So let's enjoy this while we have it, man. Let the Burner Boys and the Davidos and the Wizkids and the Fishies and the Nyangona the Suits. They should enjoy it while it
Pascal.
lasts, man. And the Pascals. So we thank God, man.
Thank God.
So-
Also, cousin, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but
Man,
No,
wait.
I wanted to ask you for your opinion, actually. So I'm
okay.
happy you.
so also, right, like humans, people, they tend to be followers a lot, very often. So also, like, special shout out to the people like Rihanna who listened to Burna Boy and made a video about it, and then Rihanna's followers are like, oh my God, Rihanna likes Burna Boy. Let me check this out. And then, so, a lot of the artists in America listening to like stuff from Africa kind of like, puts the African music out there as well. And then to your point about people used to make fun of you and stuff like that. Also, I think sometimes when they make fun of you, right, you worry about it, but sometimes you can also be an ambassador. Like, if they make fun of you and you shy away from it and you shy away from them and then you stop listening to it, then yeah, they've won. But if you come as an ambassador and sing your music and dance your music, now people are like, oh my goodness, I want to learn that. It just takes one person like, let me learn that. And then all of a sudden, you guys are all dancing to the music at the pregame or something. I say that because it's happened to me in sports, and and also when we were younger, like me, for example, my dad would always say, "Oh, I want you to play this song. I want you to play this song." And I'll be like, "Which song?" I'll be excited, "Which song?" And then you give me the name of one old Makosa like that, and I'm like, "Hi, really?" But now that I'm older, right, that music is like it's love to my ears. Like old timers are like just damn. But Bell has been listening to old music ever since he was like
I know.
3 years
Like,
old.
two.
That's me. That's my kind of music. Olden days music. Yeah.
I started teaching everybody in Balax. All right, this few years ago.
Right. Adele, just don't sing, please. Thank you.
I will.
Hey. Oh, no, Adele, please.
I will.
We're not ready for that. We're not ready for it. Please don't. We're not ready. All right. So since we're on the topic, right, of, music and our culture, right, do you think that, the leaders of the Afrobeat movement, whatever, like the African music, do you think that they're doing a great job at representing us? And before we can get there, who do you think the leaders are currently right now for African music? Who do you think they are?
What do you mean by leaders?
The thing is with
musicians?
The people at the forefront.
the thing about African music is there's so much I don't know, there's so much diversity in African music where it's difficult to say this person's at the top, because every country can put somebody that they feel is the best, but the music style is completely different. So I think that question should be narrowed to a particular kind of music, because those South Africans will debate you until tomorrow. Nigerians will
Okay.
debate you until tomorrow.
Let me ask a better
Senegalese will
question
debate you
then. Who do you think is the leader? Who are the leaders in the African media? It could be music, movies, journalism, anything. As far as like putting us on the map, who do you think is at the forefront?
Angelique Kidjo, she has my vote.
Okay.
Who is that?
Why is that?
Angelique Kidjo, she's somebody who embodies being African, somebody who talks about women's rights, not just in Africa but overall in the world. I had to go see her in March this year, I believe, or in April in New York City, but then coronavirus came and the concert was canceled. But yeah, but she's somebody who definitely embodies what it means to be an African child, and she's been doing that her whole career.
Okay. What about you, Aristide?
I would say Petit Pays.
Yo. Why?
No, man.
I like that though. I'm a fan of it. I like that.
I'm okay.
Oh.
No, but that's that's a tough question. Like Bernard said, I guess it's really tough because Africa is a huge continent, and we have musical like influences from every part of of the continent. But obviously for me as like a young adult and in the Afrobeat you know era, I guess that is high. I would say probably for me the way I see it, the most influential artists now from Africa as a whole will probably from generally will be from probably Nigeria.
Okay. That's all.
Well, many man finding garage done for a long. Um, on a more serious note, though, I mean, top musician. Who is at the top? I mean, Burna Boy is crushing it right now, man. Burna Boy is crushing it. So, and it's sad, right, that I'm not saying somebody from Cameroon. Um, I think Burna Boy. If I can come up with a better answer, I'll get back to you. But Burna Boy for me.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Adele? And again, it doesn't have to be an artist. It could be anyone. That's
I'll
at
go
the
with
forefront
Fali
of
Pupa.
media.
I'll go with
Ooh.
Fali.
Hustler.
Fali for life.
Docus.
Docus. Yeah.
Okay.
Jangsa.
Why?
Why?
Why him? Yep.
Well, I feel like, he came from dancing with Kofi Olomide
Right.
to where he is right now. And he has had a lot of collaboration with so many big artists. I feel like he's not that popular. Why? Because he's not an English singer. So I feel like a lot of Americans do not know him. But I feel like if he was, he would be right up there because he sings well. He's always giving us something. Like he doesn't sing and then go and then comes back after. He's always releasing new albums. So I think Fali.
Okay.
So do we gauge
That's a fair
popular
choice.
only in the American market or because there's France?
Yeah, that's why I say he's not popular in America because he's not an English singer. Of course, in France, who doesn't know Fali?
Right.
Okay. I mean, for me, I'll probably go with like a soccer player. I'll probably go, with the Mohamed Salah or the Sadio Mane's, mainly because those are probably the two biggest stars currently right now that are representing Africa in a sport where it's dominated by, some Africans that play for other countries. But these are people that, stick with their current countries and represent them at every competition. So I would definitely go with them too. Despite the fact that they could probably, go to any other country really and play and get all that stuff. But with that being said, just one final question here for you guys. Who do you think, within the next decade, I know we in 2021 now, who do you think within the next decade would be someone that we would all look up to as Africans here? That is, either from Cameroon or just Africa in general. Like a rising star, just anything like that.
I'm gonna use Belna's answer from the very, 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 very first question.
Exactly.
I would say myself, 10 years.
Me, I don't really look up to all these stars and people. Unfortunately, that's not really mine. So it's gonna be me. Hopefully, I'm a better person, So it's definitely gonna be me.
So you in 10 years as well,
Yeah. Not like me in 10 years as well. Like I just inspire myself. Nobody else inspires me. You know what I mean? I have a child, so I know that I have to work hard to get what I want to take care of her. So it's me. Yeah.
You inspire me as well.
So is it okay if I thought say strong black woman now?
It's okay. I'm a strong woman.
Oh man. Belle, what do you say? except for yourself, obviously.
I don't know, but if you guys followed what happened in Uganda the last month, with Bobby Wine, aka what's that guy's name? Robert something.
Museveni.
He's somebody that has the guy just has the Sankara vibes. I don't know why, but he just has the vibes of Thomas Sankara, and I think I would say that I'm happy he didn't win his first time around because like I said, everybody wants change in Africa. Everybody wants to get rid of dictators, but I feel like the fact that he didn't win this time around would enable him to become a better person for Uganda in the next time that they do an election. So I think he's somebody that in the next few years you hear a lot about him.
All right. All right, guys, and that does it for another episode of Now You Know podcast. I am your host, Chef Carl, and we have the lovely lady, Miss Adele, Blesso, Bellner, and Aristide. And once again, guys, this episode was brought to you by Stuck in the Middle, and you can follow us on Now You Know 1 at Twitter, and also NYK Podcast on Instagram. And again, Now You Know 1, Twitter, NYK Podcast, Instagram. It's been fun, and we'll talk to you guys another time.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.